Christianity is just as threatening as radical Islam. In a country like America, where we have a separation of church and state.
Condoleezza could possibly win.
I don't think she could win because I think she's like that person on Scooby-Doo who unzips themselves and then it's Dick Cheney's evil twin brother. It's inside of her.
They're allowed to have their prayer time 5 times a day. They're served meals.
Okay,
what do you want to do?
Elizabeth, you have to stop. You have to stop. You can ask a question, but you can't just blather on your opinion. All I'm saying is, do you not think that we have killed hundreds of thousands?
So who, in the name of what?
Invading Iraq.
So are you then calling us terrorists?
No, I just said it, Elizabeth. Are you not able to hold two concepts at once?
That was some of Rosie's dumb greatest hits, and with more on her departure from The View, we continue with Curtis Sliwa and Ellis Hennigan. We're also joined by Time Out, a New York columnist, Julia Allison, with us. You know, Julia, beyond the idiotic, almost imbecilic, ignorant comments that she makes every day.
Tell me how you really feel, Sean.
This appeared to be... Well, because she is ignorant, and what she says about Christianity was an assault on Christianity, her 9/11 conspiracies. But this seemed like a planned ad hominem attack, and she got mad because Elizabeth hit back hard, beat her, and she runs into the dressing room, has a fit, and has to quit. Isn't that what
Trashes it, apparently.
Somebody fought back against the bully.
Yeah, she's one of the first people, I think, who has trashed an ABC dressing room after having a fight with Elizabeth Hasselbeck. I mean, who fights with Elizabeth? Only Rosie.
But she wanted this to happen. Doesn't it seem like this was planned, that she orchestrated this, that she's addicted to the publicity?
Well, I think
that's why, you know, she seems to be getting more extreme every day?
You know what? I absolutely think that this was the worst thing she possibly could have done. She could have had like 4 or 5 days of tributes to her on The View, and she neglected to do that by just slinking off into the distance, trashing her dressing room, having a horrible fight with Elizabeth where she didn't win at all in substance. So, you know, I think it was a bad move on her part.
But let me ask you this. What other person, I can tell you as a radio talk show host, with liberal groups monitoring everything I say every day, everything Curtis says every day, if we referred to America as a terrorist nation, if we called our troops terrorists, and she did say it, if we talk about our president as being a dictator, ought to be tried at The Hague, these irresponsible comments were accepted by ABC. Why did she get a pass? Because she's a liberal?
You know, I don't actually think that she called the troops terrorists, but I don't think that that's really about this. This is really
Excuse me. I'll read you the quote. 655,000 Iraqi civilians have died.
Nobody
Who are
believes
the terrorists?
Listen, I absolutely understand what you're saying, but as far as ABC is concerned, this is really about the money. It's about the ratings. They're not concerned about the political viewpoints.
By the way, Julia, they've denied, and I think ABC has denied that the dressing room was trashed. So that
really?
is, once that was in the Post, it was reported, but it's been denied. So we don't know whether it happened or not.
But we do know that they drew mustaches on Elizabeth
allegedly, not Rosie herself, but one of her comedy writers.
Well, it's like that's third grade going.
Oh, yeah, but that was not Rosie.
One of these urban myths.
Here's the deal, Ellis. You know, we've all on this show, we talked a lot about Imus and JV and Elvis and Opie and Anthony, and defending their right to say things that are over the top. We should also defend Rosie O'Donnell's right to say things that we agree or disagree. It doesn't matter whether we agree with her or not. This is not about agreeing with Rosie O'Donnell. It's about the right to say what is a point of view that, extreme though it might be, that you still can say it and not be criticized or ridiculed for saying that point of view.
And most of us who are in the business of providing provocative and engaging opinions understand that that's something precious that we really need to defend. The fascinating thing with Rosie, it seems to me, is she is brilliant at getting under the skin of people that she disagrees. She angers Curtis and she angers Sean. They don't just want to disagree.
I can't imagine Curtis angry.
It's so outrageous. Why does she rattle you guys so much? That's what I want to know.
Absolutely.
Why does she rattle you? Who cares what she says?
We would agree she needs anger management.
Who cares?
But
no, I don't.
She got under your skin.
Yeah, but she is part also of the new media. The Blob has her own blog. If you're a sycophantonian lackey of Rosie O'Donnell, you could see her at home stuffing the cookies in a Blob working her blog. You get to see Rosie's opinion.
Curtis going crazy.
Go ahead.
But why go in and insult her attractiveness. That's absolutely unacceptable.
What do you mean?
It has
You're a
nothing.
kind
If you want to insult her viewpoints, do that. But why go for
you.
her attractiveness?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Completely
Joe.
unacceptable.
Thank you.
That I'm watching her attack my president and my country, and she looks like Linda Blair, the exorcist, with her head ready to explode over her shoulders.
Like. You said earlier that it ultimately came down to the fact that Elizabeth is cute and Rosie isn't.
Oh, no.
What men, if you had two men in an argument, what time would you ever hear them say, oh, you know, it's really about their attractiveness?
What
you
is
would
it?
never,
No.
ever hear anyone
Elizabeth
say that.
Hasselbeck is the only person on that hen cluck show called The View who has any decent, basic values about America. Barbara
That's a
Walters
fine
loves
opinion, but I
dictators
think
and
you're
tyrants.
exactly right. You want to attack Rosie,
Rosie O'Donnell. She's the only one who represents midstream America.
And that should not be fair game. Jill, you're exactly
it's
right.
anti-fat prejudice, maybe.
Anti-fat.
that. Maybe that's what it is.
It's just unacceptable to draw in her personal appearance into any of these arguments, and we've time and time again gone back to the fact that she's supposedly, a fat lesbian.
Guys, we gotta run.
You said that.
Thank you all for
You
being
said
with us.
that. I said the blob has her
When
own
we
blob.
come back-
So you want to read her political opinions? You
It
go
wasn't
to it
about
every day.
looks, it was about ignorance. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Newt Gingrich and Colonel Oliver North. We're right here. We're live.